With all of these wonderful sentient creatures that you've created, plus all the stratas within Liat society and everything else, I was thinking it's a wonderful, wonderful thing for an RPG. Have you been approached yet for RPG rights?
RPG rights are available.
Yeah, it's a yes and no. We have had several people offer to do it. Nobody in a way that seemed anything other than.
Gee, it would be really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we had one offer from a company that was so reclusive. They wanted us to sign a non-disclosure agreement to the fact that somebody was even looking at it, so we could not tell anybody that anybody was even thinking about doing it until they had produced a game which they would pay us for after they had started selling things.
Oh, very wrong.
And it was, and it seemed like a really good deal for somebody, but
we didn't think it was us.
But not for us.
So
we've not had
they're
a
still
serious.
available.
Yeah,
So
those
anybody
rights are
out
available.
there, they are available if you have a rational offer.
And we have an agent who takes care of these kinds of things.
Right.
You know.
There you go. How about in terms of television and film? Have you ever thought about that? Or have you ever cast it in your own mind? Come on.
There's several layers to the question there. Anne McCaffrey is a good friend of ours, and Anne has been through heck and high water.
Trying to get the Dragon Riders onto the screen.
I know, that's amazing, isn't it? It is.
And she'd been through a lot, and so we have some idea of some of the complexity there. And as for casting, and nobody has seriously approached us for it. It would be good if they did, but nobody has come to us and said, we'd like to make you an offer. We have sent books to several movie companies and to several TV producers that they said, we'd be interested, so you send them some books. And we've never heard back.
I think part of the problem with the lead and stuff, even though it's action adventure, is so much of it is in nuance and in the comedy of manners part of it, which would be kind of hard to get onto a film. I could see somebody doing Agent of Change as a straight start run now spy kind of a movie.
It's just really kind of. So again, the rights are available for the right price.
And for us to try to assume a character, the problem is that we are so certain of some of the people that we couldn't possibly say, Johnny Depp is perfect for about 6 of the characters, but other than that...
Johnny Depp does in the universe, there you go.
But aside from that, no, we haven't tried to do that. Our fans regularly do come to us.
Calls, yes. That's a recurring...
You're part of the 21st century now, and you have electronic editions that people can download from the net, Webscriptions. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Webscriptions is Baen Books' electronic publishing arm. And if you go to www.baenbooks.com, there's a convenient tab right there. It says Webscriptions eBooks. Click on it. And all of the Liaison books are available electronically from Webscriptions, and many of the short stories are also available electronically from Webscriptions. You can download them in HTML, in PDF. You can there's instructions right on the web of how to download a Webscriptions to your Kindle and read it on your Kindle. They're really on top of that.
They're on top of that. Interestingly enough, Baen has picked up, you mentioned Fledgling, and Baen has picked up Fledgling, which was originally produced as a chapter a week online from our own website. And then we've had somebody come along and also electronically do a podcast of Fledgling, so that they read that once a week or so as we were producing the original. Now that's continued with Saltation, which is another book that they've picked up, but we put that online so people could catch that week by week. And now Charlie Schlenker is doing a podcast of that, which will go up one at a time.
Yeah, the first chapter just went up right before we came to Stonewall.
So that's also available. And any reasonable Google on our names is going to come across those. The Webscription things are really interesting because we've been doing electronic books since 1988 and 1989.
We were doing electronic books on big discs.
We were producing books on disc, and almost went bankrupt as a result.
Good way to lose your shirt.
And then we were involved with the Embed publishing for some years, and they eventually
Yeah, MBA at one point had carried all of the leading books electronically, but they had a proprietary format.
And that was difficult. The good thing about the Webscriptions and the way Baen does it is it's not a proprietary format. And all you need to do is, once you've bought the book, you've got the rights to read it and continue it. Where with some of the DRM situations, if you switch platforms, if you stop using a Mac...
If you download it to your desktop and you want to put it on your netbook to take with you someplace, you can't read your book.
And that's not the case with the Baen Webscriptions. The Webscriptions allow, once you've bought the book, it's your book.
That's
and
good.
that's a very good feature of that.